That I, Honorable Gbenga Oyikola, Chief Whip of the Oyo State House of Assembly, a member representing Atiba State constituency, hereby issue this public statement following the meeting held today by members of the Oyo State House of Assembly at the Governor's House. He said, arising from the said meeting, it was discovered that some agents of disunity are working to set the Oyo State House of Assembly against the Governor and the government of Oyo State. It was revealed that Right Honorable Speaker Adebo Ogundoyin was invited by the Olubadan of Ibadan land after he, that is the Speaker, had earlier gone to seek the Kabiyesi's support for his governorship ambition. According to the Speaker, the Olubadan advised him and offered to secure the House of Representatives ticket for him under the APC, along with the necessary funds to prosecute the election. The Speaker stated that he declined the offer. The Speaker further disclosed that he was again invited by the former First Lady of Oyo State, Chief Mrs. Florence Ajimobi, on the same subject matter. He said he was offered money but declined and did not collect anything from them. And then Honorable Gbenga Oyikola completely said he dissociates himself from any arrangement or activity that has the potential to disrupt the peace of Oyo State. He said he was never invited, he was never consulted, and was not part of any such meetings or arrangement, and cannot and will not be disloyal to, he said, to my boss, His Excellency, Engineer Seyi Makinde. He said, I reaffirm my unwavering loyalty and support for Governor Seyi Makinde, his government, and his party. I remain firmly committed to the peace, unity, and continued progress of Oyo State. And he said, I vote for peace in Oyo State at all times. Omo Kodnimi Emikishi Omo Ali Oyo State. That's from Honorable Gbenga Oyikola, the Chief Whip, Oyo State House of Assembly, member representing Atiba State constituency. So, this thing was made public and everybody started talking about it. Now, there are issues around this. Now, there was an initial meeting, according to the Speaker, Right Honorable Adebo Ogundoyin, and he was invited to a meeting by the Olubadan of Ibadan land after the Speaker had reportedly sought the traditional ruler's support for a governorship ambition. If you follow the conversation last week, Wednesday, I played an insert where Honorable Ogundoyin was saying that he wants to continue the Omituto 3.0. He wants to be the one to lead the Omituto 3.0, and that he is qualified to run for that position of a governor in Oyo State and want to continue the good work of the governor of Oyo State currently. Now, the issue here is that he was invited by Olubadan, according to him, according to Oyikola, reporting the Right Honorable Adebo Ogundoyin. And they said the Olubadan offered him, during the meeting, the Olubadan allegedly advised the Speaker against his current path to become the governor and offered to secure an APC House of Representatives ticket for him, along with the necessary funds to prosecute the election. And then the member said, the Right Honorable Speaker rejected that offer, and the Speaker said that he formally declined the Olubadan's offer to switch to the APC and run for a federal seat. Now, this is a political conversation. And so I was asking earlier, and I said, is Olubadan becoming partisan? Could Olubadan have had this kind of conversation with the Right Honorable Adebo Ogundoyin? Or Right Honorable Adebo Ogundoyin is not saying the truth about the meeting he had with the Olubadan of Ibadan land? That's one question we need answers to. The other part is that the ambassador designate to Austria, Chief Mrs. Florence Ajimobi, was said to be involved in this matter. The Speaker further disclosed that he was subsequently invited by the former First Lady, Chief Mrs. Florence Ajimobi, on the exact same subject matter, that is to come speak about getting him to run on the platform of the APC. And then there is also the financial allegation that during this encounter, it was alleged that Chief Florence Ajimobi offered money to the Speaker, which he claims he declined, as part of a broader scheme involving offers ranging from 100 million naira to 1 billion naira to House members to facilitate Now, here is where we now got the idea of the impeachment of Governor Seyi Makinde. On what basis? I mean, even if you had a conversation, so what is the basis for impeaching a governor? I mean, do you just impeach a governor because you just want to impeach a governor? And how would Mr. Ajimobi be involved in planning and executing the impeachment of a certain governor? And so there was a press release, and this press release was attributed to Mrs. Florence Ajimobi, but it was not signed. There was no signature. I saw the press release. I saw the wordings, but it doesn't look like an official release. So we still need to hear from the Ajimobi camp whether indeed that's kind of a meeting held or not. And so these are the issues this morning. But you ask, as the plot is growing, what exactly is happening here in your state? Don't we need clarity for these issues? Shouldn't these players be coming out to tell us what exactly went down? What happened? What exactly was the matter? And who spoke to who? And I was asking, should the Olubadan be involved in all of these? And the Olubadan should come out and also speak about this to understand, for people to understand whether indeed he's involved in this conversation. That's one. I also played earlier that Fayose insisted that the governor is also planning to depose, or as you might want to put it, to dethrone the Olubadan of Ibadan land. And he said this, when he came to Ibadan to visit the Olubadan yesterday. Journalists, accosted him and asked him to make that statement again, if indeed he made it earlier. And he said that he had a history of saying things that he is privy to, and they turn out to be true. It referred to the issue of 15 billion naira, which he said the governor, got from the federal government and did not disclose, and that this has been said to be true right now. So let's listen to Fayose and what he said.
I was a tenant in government house in Kikasomport. If your landlord has anything to do with the tenant's wife, it is still the tenant that will go. And if it's the other way around too, it is still the tenant that will go. Governor Makinde's tenancy is about to expire. This Olubadan only has date with destiny and with God. But Makinde has destiny with the Constitution of Nigeria, and his tenancy has no renewal in another 10 months, 11 months, close to a year. So let him tread cautiously. Let him be cautious. And I'm telling him before, because I have experience. I was the youngest of a set of the current Olubadan as governor. So I know what I'm talking about. So Governor Makinde, like Ibira people who say, there are all. So whatever I say is either I have the right information from the source, or I am privy one way or the other to certain activities. Let me say it again. Makinde, the current governor of Oyo State, has an agenda to remove the Olubadan from Ibadan land. Whether it will now fly, whether it will happen, it's another story. Because during this week, and let me say to you, I told someone I don't want to mention here, that incident of coronating people in their absence. I said it before, and they told me it's not going to be possible. And it actually happened, coronating people behind them. And again, I said it over time that Governor Makinde got 15 billion naira. It was firmly denied by his commissioner at the time. But eventually, when I provided the evidence, they accepted that they took 30 billion.
Let me say from the onset, look.
All right, so that's what you heard from